On my way of fixing my chronic sciatica, which was my right piriformis syndrome, I went through certain steps of understanding and awareness, certain evolution in my brain regards what was my problem. At the beginning, I thought that my pain was due to disc herniation, since the MRI showed that I have disc herniation. So there was many years in front of me that I was trying to fix my disc herniation. But I tried to fix my disc herniation and never got any better. The next step was that I figured out that my body had a lot of different tension spots. Different muscle groups were tense, were tight, and were very sensitive. So I went into this club of people who were trying to fix their pain through the trigger point release, stretching muscles, strengthening muscles. Trust me, it never worked out. Many years after that, I discovered about terms of lateral pelvic tilt. So immediately I tried to fix my lateral pelvic tilt. I was doing different exercises which were prescribed by many different physical therapists around the world to fix my lateral pelvic tilt. But trust me, it never worked out. And finally, just recently, like 2 years ago, I've discovered very new terms in physical medicine world. New notion, which was and which is the asymmetry of the body. So after that, I finally was able to fix myself with different kind of programming and exercising. But at the beginning, let me tell you, what is the asymmetry of the body? So according to a very special institution from the United States of America, we have all inside of our body certain asymmetry, and we can so much exaggerate this asymmetry that we can create a problem. So the pathological asymmetry of the body means that your brain has forgot how to use equally the right and left side of the body. And now the brain is overly using the right side of the body, and this causes your pelvis to be slightly or significantly rotated to the right, your rib cage to be rotated, which is not just the asymmetrically rotation of your pelvis, but asymmetrical rotation and adjustment of the whole body. This asymmetry creates a lot of problem, tension. It destroys your discs, your joints. So how do we develop this asymmetry, and what is the asymmetry? We are all inside built asymmetrically. We are more harder on the right side of our body than on the left side. Look at me. Here we have 3 lobes of lungs. Here we have on the left 2 lobes of lungs. Here we have huge liver. On the left we don't have nothing equally huge. We have huge on the right hemidiaphragm and smaller on the left hemidiaphragm. We have in our brain better control because we have more centers that are regarding and responsible for moving our right side of the body than on the left side. This is perfection that was designed by God. But today civilization, Western civilization, tries to make us lazy. Why? Because ergonomy decides that if for us it's so easy to use the right side of the body, so very specific people decided, let's build world around us to fit these imperfections, to often use the right side of the body. So now, just because of the Western civilization world, we are overstressing the right side of the body twice as much as it should be. We are reinforcing our natural asymmetry by modern civilization. Once you have overused that right side of the body, once you have overused that right foot for standing, right hand for reaching, right pattern of motion, the pathological asymmetry will be established. So what does it mean for your body? It means that you've been stuck only and solely on the right side of the body. And now when you are walking, when you are trying to shift your weight back to the left side, to the left foot, your pelvis has forgot how to do this correctly. Your body has forgot how to shift your back correctly to the left side. And now you likely develop a lot of different tension in your groin, tension in your left or right SI joint pain, sciatica pain as I had, like piriformis syndrome. You may develop, it calls lumbar scoliosis, and now intervertebral discs are in dangerous, and you may develop the disc herniation. I give you some simple example. Just because you like McDonald's, just because McDonald's tastes very good, doesn't make it a healthy food. Just because we like to use that right side of the body much often, doesn't mean it healthy for our body to use that often the right side of the body. You see, the Western civilization world puts us in trouble. But ironically saying, the solution of that asymmetry was also developed in Western civilization world, which is the Postural Illustration Institute from the United States of America. So now in Western civilization world, we constantly stressing the right side of the body. We are reaching to open the door with the right hand by relying on the right foot. We are reading and writing from left to right. We are shifting the gearbox on the right side. And many other things. So how do we develop this asymmetry? Why certain people do develop this problem and certain people don't? Just imagine yourself a smoker who are constantly smoking. You know people, old men and women, who may smoke to their late 90s and they're perfectly fine. And you know a guy who was smoking for 20 years and he developed a lung cancer, throat cancer. Why so? Because for some of us, we have very small limit of stress and we can digest this stress. And for other of us, we can digest that much more stress and be still healthy. This is called genetics. The same goes and applies to our body. For some of us, we have very small window of overly using the right side of the body. And for other of us, we can use and we can even create this pathological asymmetry of our body. But we still will be in perfect health without any tension and pain. But there is a special individuals, special risk group who will or who might be exposed to this asymmetry. Who is that? Is athlete, because athletes, sportsmen, they are very close to the limits, very close to these natural boundaries, natural limits of using the right side of the body. And they are crossing these boundaries much more. The soccer player, volleyball player, basketball player, martial arts, you name it. I developed this asymmetry by doing and overusing the right side of the body, staying on the bicycle, and also not symmetrically sitting in a very wrong way. You might have your own reason. You might not even be a sportsman, but sometimes people will develop this without any sports injuries. So, what's the solution of this asymmetry? The solution is to reprogram your brain by doing specific exercise from the very specific institution from the United States of America. Is to change your habit, change the breathing mechanism. It's the long process, like months, 2-3 months, but you can be fixed. So in my next video, I will discover what is the signs and symptoms of the asymmetry, how to discover on yourself this asymmetry. And I also will be showing different exercises and habits, how you can try to start to fix yourself at home. But don't forget, this is very complex exercise, and this is very complex problem, the asymmetry. So you need to visit a very specific physical therapist who knows what is going on. I've been fixed in Europe, and I will recommend you to be fixed in Europe. Just message me and I can help you with specific physical therapist. But if not, just visit my YouTube page, and watch my YouTube page. It might be beneficial for you as well. See you in the next video, and try not to suffer from the pathological asymmetry. Ciao!